in with her at a young age. It was tough, man.
How hard was it to get over that?
It was really tough. I don't know if I'm still over it yet. I think that I'm definitely like in another place, and I think we've definitely went our separate ways, and I love her and I want her to be awesome, but there's things that remind me of her, and yeah, it's my first real love.
Justin Bieber is falling apart, and the world is watching. As Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco's relationship heats up, insiders say Justin's recent emotional outburst isn't just random. It's heartbreak resurfaced. What really triggered him this time? Justin Bieber, the global superstar who's lived half his life in the spotlight, is making headlines again. But this time, it's not about music or fame. It's about heartbreak, the kind that never really heals. Just as the world began warming up to the unexpected romance between Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco, a wave of emotion hit Justin hard. Fans spotted him looking visibly distraught, sparking speculation that old wounds have been ripped wide open. Is this just a coincidence, or is Justin still haunted by the love he lost, now watching it blossom in someone else's arms?
And what was hurting you at the time you said you were still hurt?
I think I was just hurt from my previous relationship. I think I still was dealing with a lot of unforgiveness and all that sort of stuff. So, to be honest, I don't think I even knew what I was really struggling with at the time. I don't think I knew I was dealing with it.
Let's break down the subtle signs, emotional triggers, and what this moment could mean for the man who once called Selena the love of his life. After Selena made an Instagram post about her engagement to Benny Blanco, a shiny Marquise diamond ring on her finger, and a huge smile on her face, the narrative was clear: Selena had found lasting love. And for Justin, it seemed like a moment he never fully prepared for, and hence came his social media crash out. Soon after the news began trending, Justin's social media activity shifted, especially one specific post that directly threw shade at his ex, Selena. He posted a series of cryptic Instagram stories, some now deleted, featuring sad music, abstract photos, and one post with just a single word: empty. Fans immediately began speculating that these weren't just moody aesthetics. They were emotional outbursts. A silent scream from someone who had just watched the only person he ever truly loved promise forever to someone else. Close followers noticed he also unfollowed several people connected to Selena, including fan accounts and mutual friends. One source even claimed that Justin had asked people to stop tagging him in posts about her engagement, calling it painful and disrespectful. Others said he had become withdrawn, spending less time in public, skipping events, and appearing visibly emotional when spotted in LA.
It looks like the reason for Justin Bieber's recent social media crash out has been revealed. As you probably have heard or witnessed, really, Justin Bieber has been concerning fans with his recent social media activity. First, it was his live that raised some eyebrows because Justin looked completely out of it. Justin was also allegedly accused of throwing some shade at Selena, like this picture of Haley where the lyrics say she wins with her hands down. Also this meme of Smeagol that says girls on social media when they get engaged. But then also was allegedly accused of also throwing shade to his wife, Haley. Y'all don't shoot the messenger, but this is currently what was being said online. And then the whole fact that Justin Bieber deactivated his IG account for 17 minutes.
The truth is, Justin Bieber has never really let go of Selena. Not completely. Even after marrying Hailey Baldwin in 2018, traces of Selena lingered in his music, his interviews, and his eyes. He once described Selena as someone I will always love deeply, and admitted in past interviews that he had a hard time moving on from their history. Songs like Ghost and Anyone felt like echoes of a love he never truly left behind. Behind the perfectly curated Instagram photos and public smiles, there's a man who watched the only girl who ever truly knew him fall into the arms of someone he once called a friend. And for Justin, that reality may be impossible to fully accept. He may go on, make music, tour the world, smile for cameras, but a part of him, the part that once held Selena close, might remain frozen in time. Not long after news of Selena Gomez's engagement to Benny Blanco flooded the internet, Justin Bieber went live on Instagram, and what fans witnessed wasn't the calm, collected pop star they were used to. It was something far more raw. In one live stream, Justin appeared disoriented, barely speaking, his eyes red and distant. He strummed his guitar softly, attempting to sing, but stopped halfway through multiple songs. One fan commented, "This doesn't feel like a performance. This feels like a cry for help." Thousands of viewers flooded the chat with messages of concern.
I just want to protect her, you know? I don't want her to go through anything I wish that upon anybody. Yeah, if she ever needs me, I'm just a caller.
But Justin didn't address the comments. He just stared into the camera, as if trying to say something he didn't have words for. Another stream, posted late at night, showed him alone in a dimly lit room, playing melancholic instrumentals with no caption or explanation. The choice of songs, some eerily reminiscent of his past with Selena, didn't go unnoticed. Fans recognized snippets of Nothing Like Us and All That Matters, two songs widely believed to be about her. At one point, Justin looked directly into the lens and simply said, "Something stay with you." It was quiet, almost a whisper, but it was the most revealing thing he'd said in weeks. It wasn't just about a lost relationship. It was about the weight of memory. The pain of watching the one person he once fought so hard for now in love with someone else. Someone he used to call a friend. For fans, it confirmed what many had long suspected. Justin Bieber may have moved on publicly, but privately, emotionally, spiritually, he never really left Selena. And watching her choose someone else, not just in love but possibly for life, seemed to tear open a wound he had only ever managed to cover up, never heal. Looking back, Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez's relationship wasn't just a Hollywood romance, it was a cultural moment.
How are you and Selena able to see each other?
Sometimes it's, we gotta take the back exits and do different things. But I never make her separate from me because I don't want her to ever feel like I'm ashamed of her. Because I feel like that, a lot of guys do that, especially in the business. They don't want to be seen with the girl, so they'll make them ride in separate cars and do all that.
Their story began in late 2010, when the two were first spotted together, young, wildly famous, and already carrying the pressure of global attention. It's safe to say that they were the most loved couple of the 2010s. By early 2011, they confirmed their relationship at the Vanity Fair Oscar party. The world instantly became obsessed with Selena, and the couple became one of the most talked about duos in pop culture. They were so sweet together and completely in love. But what looked like a fairy tale on red carpets was far more complicated behind the scenes. Between 2012 and 2014, the relationship turned on and off repeatedly. Public breakups, subtle Instagram posts, songs that sounded like open letters to one another. In 2015, Justin released Purpose, an album filled with themes of regret and lost love. Fans immediately connected lyrics from songs like Sorry and Love Yourself to Selena. That same year, Selena dropped Revival, which featured The Heart Wants What It Wants, a song she openly admitted was about Justin. These weren't just hits, they were confessions. In late 2017, after years of distance, they were seen together again, riding bikes, attending church, and appearing inseparable. It felt like healing. It felt like maybe, just maybe, they had found a way back.
What was it about her that made you want to be with her?
I am all about really genuine people, and I feel like she's one of the most genuine people. She just has a good heart, and I can talk to her about anything.
When you're out, you just can't control yourself. You just want to touch her.
Always just touching each other, yeah.
But by March 2018, it was over for good. 2 months later, Justin was dating Hailey Baldwin. By September, he was married. The speed of that shift stunned many, but especially fans who had witnessed nearly a decade of emotional buildup between him and Selena. The footage of them seen together the last time is still iconic, leaving fans wondering what actually happened between them. Justin moved on publicly, but Selena retreated into privacy, battling health issues, undergoing a kidney transplant, and focusing on recovery. And Justin was heartbroken over the news of her hospitalization, showing how deeply he still cared about her. In 2020, Selena released Lose You to Love Me, a haunting piano ballad that marked closure. She admitted it was her way of letting go. Still, for many fans, and possibly for Justin too, that closure felt incomplete. Lose You to Love Me isn't just a breakup song, it's a raw, intimate letter from Selena to Justin. Released in October 2019, nearly a year after Justin married Hailey, the lyrics echo a quiet pain that words can barely contain. In 2 months, you replaced us like it was easy. That one line shattered millions of listeners. It wasn't just about heartbreak. It was about feeling disposable. Like nearly a decade of love could be swapped out in a matter of weeks. Through this song, Selena wasn't attacking Justin. She was mourning what they had. And in doing so, she exposed how deeply she had been affected by being replaced so quickly, and how healing required more than time. It required facing everything head-on. Their connection wasn't built on a few headlines. It was layered with years of emotional dependence, public pressure, and 2 young people trying to figure out who they were while the world watched.
What's the most romantic thing you've ever done, do you think, with her?
We had dinner in the middle of the Staples Center, and then after, we watched Titanic on the big screen in the Staples Center.
Was she impressed?
She was very
Was she impressed as the rest of the world?
Yes, definitely.
And now, as Selena finds peace and love with someone else, the silence from Justin feels louder than words. Even after their final breakup in 2018, Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez never truly spoke of each other with bitterness. In fact, time and again, both have acknowledged that their connection was real, powerful, and impossible to forget. In a 2020 interview, Selena opened up about her healing process. She said, "I've experienced the worst heartbreak and the biggest betrayal, but I still care deeply. It wasn't just a passing remark. It was a quiet confession that even after everything, every fight, every tear, every public meltdown, there was still love, still respect." Justin, too, has addressed the depth of that bond. In a candid 2019 interview with Vogue, after marrying Hailey, he admitted that his past relationships, including Selena, had left deep marks. He said he had hurt people he loved and carried guilt. He didn't name her directly, but everyone knew who he was referring to. The pain in his words revealed more than any headline ever could. They never tried to erase each other. Selena could have hidden her past with Justin, but instead, she gave it a place in her music. Songs like Lose You to Love Me and Look at Her Now weren't revenge, they were closure through love. Justin, on the other hand, has performed songs like Sorry and Where Are You Now, even years later, often with visible emotion. That's not coincidence, it's memory. In 2022, when asked in an interview if she still had love for Justin, Selena replied, "I'll always have love for that person. No drama, no hesitation, just the truth." This wasn't just a teenage fling. It was 2 lives that intertwined in a way neither time nor new relationships could fully erase. They grew up together, they crashed together, and even apart, they carry each other's emotional fingerprints. And now, as Selena stands beside someone new, fans aren't just watching a new love story unfold, they're watching the quiet reaction of someone who once held her heart completely. After years of heartbreak, public pressure, and healing in silence, Selena is now engaged to Blanco. Selena Gomez and Blanco's relationship is more than just a rebound or a new chapter. It's the result of years of emotional rebuilding, quiet support, and a slow-burning connection that started long before the public ever noticed. Blanco has been in Selena's life for over a decade. He's worked behind the scenes on some of her most personal tracks. And during some of her darkest times, he wasn't just a collaborator, he was a steady presence. Unlike her past relationships filled with intensity and public drama, Benny provided something Selena had rarely experienced: consistency. He was there through the heartbreaks, the health battles, and the pressure of always being under scrutiny. After her public breakup with Justin Bieber in 2018, Selena disappeared for a while. She focused on her mental health, underwent treatment for anxiety and depression, and even had to physically recover from a life-saving kidney transplant. During that time, Benny quietly stayed in her corner. Not pushing, not performing, just being there. Friends close to Selena have said he was someone she could talk to without judgment. Someone who reminded her she was enough, even when she didn't feel like it. Fast forward to late 2023, and rumors began circulating that their friendship had turned into something more. Selena confirmed the relationship herself in a bold Instagram comment, calling Benny the best thing that's ever happened to her. In the following months, they were seen together more often, at private dinners, studio sessions, and cozy family gatherings. What truly caught fans off guard, though, was the rumor of an engagement. Though not confirmed by Selena or Benny, several sources close to them revealed that the couple had talked seriously about the future, and that Benny had even spoken with Selena's family about taking the next step. The fact that she, once so guarded, is now open and unapologetic about her relationship says everything. But the story doesn't end there, it gets more complicated. Benny Blanco and Justin Bieber weren't just acquaintances. They had worked together multiple times. Benny co-produced some of Justin's earlier hits, including tracks from his My World 2.0 era, and they shared mutual friends in the music industry. There are even photos of them from past events, smiling and standing side by side. So the fact that Benny, of all people, is now dating Selena adds another emotional layer to this unfolding story. For Justin, it may feel like déjà vu, watching someone from his inner circle step into the life he once held so tightly. For Benny, it's likely more complicated too, having once been close with the man who is now a distant shadow in Selena's past. And for Selena, it's not just about who she's with now, it's about who supported her when it mattered most. After years of feeling replaced, criticized, and emotionally exposed, she's finally found someone who lets her rest. Who doesn't bring chaos, but peace. Who didn't fall in love with the spotlight, but with her real, unfiltered self. Whether or not they're engaged, one thing is clear: Selena and Benny's relationship is built on trust, history, and healing. And that may be exactly why it stings so deeply for Justin. Because for the first time, Selena isn't looking back. Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez were never just a couple. They were a reflection of love in its most raw and vulnerable form. Years have passed, new relationships have begun, and the world has moved on. But clearly, parts of them haven't. Selena has found peace, maybe even forever, with someone who helped her heal. Benny Blanco came into her life quietly, patiently, and stayed when the world wasn't watching. And now, as she steps into a future that feels stable and soft, Justin stands in the shadow of what once was, haunted not just by memories, but by the reality that some love stories don't end. They just stopped growing. Whether or not Justin ever finds that kind of peace, one thing is certain. No matter who they're with or how much time passes, the story of Justin and Selena will always live in the spaces between their words, their songs, and their silence. Because some hearts don't forget. And some connections never fully fade.